Okay, what is good, family? It is 4:53 in the morning right now. This is day 24 of waking up at 4 in the morning every day until I'm rich. If you're new here, I'll usually go through some of my morning routine, show you guys what I do when I wake up this early. And if you're returning, welcome back. Topic of the day today is what I wish I knew. And this is before I started my 4 a.m. wake-ups. This is also what I wish I had known earlier in life, in my teenage years. I'll go over some of the good habits I wish I had started, as well as mindset stuff. It's kind of late today. I've been talking to my manufacturer a lot, which, like I was saying, I don't stay up late, and their time zone is like flopped, so it's the reverse. So I have to wake up early, text them while they're still at work or awake. But we'll get into my morning routine, go over some of that mindset stuff, what I wish I had known a little bit later, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, what's good? Let's get into the sauce for today. Main topic of the day today is what I wish I knew, or what I wish somebody told me in my younger years, my teenage years, high school, any of that. And with these 3 habits that I have, I feel like if I was told them, I would be twice as far ahead as I am right now. So these are 3 habits that I wish I knew before going into my grind when I was younger, any of that. So before we dive into the 3 habits, these are 2 things that I kind of want to add as little tips. These aren't habits, but it's 2 things that I wanted to understand when I was that age that I should have, that I wish somebody had really drilled into my head at that point, which is intention and time. Now, if you watched our video from yesterday, where we talked about a lot of that stuff, you have to realize at your age, at whoever's age is watching, even my age, it's just like we talked about yesterday, it's these things that we do, and especially when I was in high school, I was wrapped up in having fun, hanging out with friends. I didn't pay any mind to what I was doing, when I was doing it, how long I was doing it. So I would do these things that were fun, just chasing the moment. And I didn't realize that, time, it's not unlimited. And what I wish I knew is that every hour I spend on distractions, video games, hanging out with friends, partying, that's an hour or however long stolen from my future. So learn to use time intentionally and realize that we do not have unlimited time. So everything you do has to be with intention. Whatever you do, like we were talking about yesterday, it's a seed. You're planting a seed based on where you put your energy. Over time, as you do it, as you think about it, as you feed that emotion, it waters that seed. So if that's something productive, think about if you keep doing that for X amount of time. All right, so after those tips, let's get into the 3 habits. Number 1 is networking. How I like to put it is be nice to everyone. Now, this is something that I constantly wish, if I could go back, I would be nice to as many people as I came in contact with. It's easier, like I always say, because I'm an extrovert, but that's something you can always change day by day. It's just being nice. So when you're in high school, young, grade school, college, whatever it is, my age, older, everyone you come in contact with, you are meeting them presently. You are not meeting them in the future. You're not meeting them in the past. You do not know how they will turn out in 10 years. Now, this especially goes for high school. In high school, everyone's just the same. Everyone's in high school. Everyone's doing their thing. 10 years later, some of them will be CEOs, some of them will be janitors. It doesn't matter. Either way, the more people you come in contact with, the more people have a positive emotion when they think of your name, people that you can reach out to in the future, people that, I've had a good couple conversations with him. He's a cool guy. If you build your social network in your future, that gives you the ability to reach out to these people, and if they see your name pop up on their phone, and they instantly have a positive reaction to your name being on their phone, they'll be more inclined to help you with whatever you need. Now, like I said, if this is me with my business, what if someone's a designer? What if someone's a graphic designer? What if someone's doing marketing, networking? So any majority of your social network that you can add, that you can say, who cares who they're going to be? Like, if I just leave a good taste in their mouth and I can always talk to them in the future, that is a huge benefit. You can always find work. You can never always find trust. That's the hardest thing to find in any industry. So be nice to everyone. You never know where they're going to be in 10 years, and yourself included. Now, habit number 2 is consistency. This one hit me hard. I always grew up, when I want to say in grade school, I started going to the gym, and I realized I really liked this. And I could attain what I thought at the time was a good physique, and I was super happy with myself. I loved it. I would go every day, and those habits are great to form. And going into high school, what I would do is go for 6 to 8 months and then forget about it for a year and just, do whatever, hang out with friends, party. And then I'd go back on the next year and say, okay, yeah, let me get back in the gym, 6 to 8 months, year, and stop. Looking back on that now, after the past 4 years I've been going almost every day, I realized that if I had started and at least been consistent, if I at least said, you know what, for 1 hour, 3 times a week, 2 times a week even, 7 times a week, I'm going to go and just go to the gym. You know, you can just be going there and you'll pick stuff up. People will talk to you. You'll start learning these exercises that you can carry with you for the rest of your life. But if I had at least said, you know what, I'm not going to take this year off. I'm going to go for 6 months, 5 times a week, and then I'll cut it back. I'll do 2, 3 times a week for an hour. If I had kept that consistency, my physique would be crazy right now. Progress is not linear, it compounds. So it'll go kind of linear and it'll start skyrocketing because it compounds, right? So consistency, whatever it is, this isn't just fitness. Anything you do that has a positive benefit to your future, it will compound, and you have the skills in place now through consistency to maintain that in the long term. Now for habit number 3, this one also is kind of personal to me, but money management. This is something that I know for a fact a lot of young adults, teenagers are not good at. I learned this lesson the hard way. I started, I think I was 14. I worked my first job. I was working at a restaurant on my feet all day, bussing tables, washing stuff, pouring waters, just the little dog stuff. But I did that for a whole summer, whatever, even 6 to 8 months. I did this throughout some of the school year. After I left that job, I had my debit card, and I would go get friends food and stuff with me after school and whatever. And I'd go get fast food. I'd go out to eat, whatever. One day it declined. And I always knew I had money saved up there because I was like, yeah, I worked a long time. I put a bunch of money in my checking account, whatever. And it declined. So I looked at my account, which I hadn't looked at in a while. It was empty. I was so pressed that all those months on my feet working hard was gone from fast food. And so my point isn't just be careful where you spend your money. It's money management, knowing how much you have, knowing where it goes, and on top of that, it's the longevity of it. It's the compounding factor, like I was saying. So like I was saying as well, a lot of people aren't good at that at your age. If you start, say, putting even 30, I suggest 70 at your age, 30% to 70% of whatever job you're getting, whatever job you're doing, into your savings, where you can't touch it, can't see it, it just goes there instantly, you have no access to it. Over time, if you keep doing that for the 4 years you're in high school or for however long, I guarantee you will be in the 1% of people your age with $10,000 in their bank. Not a lot of people can do that at that age. Even people who work full time, all of my friends who did, they just spent it all, and that's rational. Like I did the same thing when I was starting. After that, I learned. I said, okay, I'm putting most of my money away. I'll take 30% and I'll spend that however. So know how much money you have coming in. Put a portion aside where you cannot touch it. Spend some. I'm not saying not to. Spend some. Have fun. Do the things while you're young while you can. But make sure you're also saving some and compounding. It will just grow and grow and grow. And by the time you want to get a car, you'll have the best car out of all your friends. So be cautious and conscientious of your money, your spending habits, where your money goes, and you will be on top. Hope you guys enjoyed. That was 3 habits that I wish I knew. I wish somebody told me in my young years in life. Hope it helped at least one person out there. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you Monday.